Hi camera, my name is Jonas.
And I'm Per, and together we are the foundation of Royal Republic.
The 50% of the band that really counts.
Yes.
Well, being in music was basically me seeing first time, I think it was Metallica, Cunning Stunts, the DVD. I saw Jason Newsted, and I thought, that's it, I'm picking up a bass. That was the coolest thing I ever seen. And then I went to Sweden Rock, a good rock festival in Sweden. I saw a few of my favorite bands playing there as well. It just solidified what I really wanted to do. I didn't know how, but then the four of us met. And
I feel like I was always in bands when I was younger,
Yeah.
and then I was writing songs, and I realized I really want to play music. That's all I want to do. And then when I didn't have a band, I just started doing all this school stuff. And then that led all the way to university, and then I was like, okay, so I'm going to be a symphony orchestra musician, even though I didn't really want to. And then
but you're a killer at the triangle.
This came along in my 5th year of becoming master studies for classical percussion. And you were becoming a teacher, Jonas was becoming a teacher, Adam dropped out of school, and then this just happened, and it was like a revival of an old dead dream, but somehow. Yeah,
it's kind of weird. When you were kids, you had this dream, and you see all this cool stuff. You want to I wish it was me. And now we're doing it. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of behind the scenes that you were not aware of. That you're gonna, from one day to another, oh, we're playing in Sweden, and the next day, you're gonna have to drive to Holland because you're gonna do a show there. So it's like, thank you, good night, Sweden. Car, 13 hours. I was not impressed at all with my first concert I went to. It was I don't know where she's going, or where she's gonna.
Who is fucking Alice?
Yeah, who's fucking Alice?
Who is fucking Alice at this moment?
What's the band who made that song? No, it's Canadian American band, right? And apparently.
I think they're English.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who the fuck? Smokey. Thank you. That was my first show. And I didn't know a single song. I just knew that one. And they walked up off stage and hadn't played that song. And I was like, so I stood there for 90 minutes. What the fuck? I didn't care about the music at all. It was not my kind of band. I just followed along.
You really wanted to hear
that,
Alice.
Yeah, and everybody started to chant I think it was 2,000 people in the crowd, like, Alice, Alice. Who the fuck is that? And
Who is fucking Alice?
Yeah, and then they walk up on stage like, we're not gonna get away without playing that one. Yeah, so they played the song, and I wasn't blown away at all. But after I went to a few festivals, on the other hand, that's when it really started. So my first experience with rock music.
You had a lot of good luck on festivals.
Oh yeah, and a lot of bad luck.
He met his wife on a festival.
Yeah,
really?
It's kind of cool.
Oh
yeah, it does from time to time. Sometimes the stars align and it's beautiful.
They divorced, but no,
Still
and
married.
then they remarried again. No, my first show was Primus, an American band. I was a very big fan of Primus. I don't know, I always liked the bass guitar and this guy doesn't play the bass guitar like a bass guitar, and the singing sucks, but I was just hooked on Primus. And it wasn't like you had internet back then, so it was like all I had to rely on were some pictures from the CD booklets, and other than that, I didn't know what they looked like. So the support band, every time somebody walked on stage, I was in front row, and every time somebody walked on stage, I was like, "Is that him? Is that them? Who is that?" And it was always the roadie or something. And then Les Claypool took the stage with like a big microphone hairdo and surfer shorts and a big Hawaii shirt, and then glasses and some kind of facial hair. And it was that's the guy. That's the star.
You just
and
took up your booklet
yeah. And that really blew my mind, that whole show. The support act was also really good. I can't remember what they were called. I've been trying to find them for a lot of years, but they're gone. It's like they never existed. No. No.
Yeah. I'm really thinking. I'm not that good with discovering new music. Sometimes I just stumble upon, but usually I listen to like what I already like, and then sometimes Spotify is like, maybe you should try this one as well. And from time to time it works. I'm really trying to. Nah, maybe I should listen to more music. I say.
Yeah, there's nothing that I can remember that made an impression on me recently. I went to the Royal Blood, but that was like,
there's no guitar.
That's like 2 years ago. But I was already blown away by the record, and it was a small club because they didn't really make it well in Sweden at that time. So it's a small club. It was KB, maybe 600 people in attendance, and I just thought it was fucking amazing. And I mean, when you go to shows now, you always sort of. We see so many shows that it's like hard to get impressed, which is a shame because you know what's going on behind the scenes and stuff. There's bands where you can go, yeah, that was good. Yeah, they're doing a good job, like, but it's always like good. And then there's those rare occasions where it's just, wow, that's fucking good.
I think it was 2 summers ago. We were in Austria playing, and Iggy Pop was headlining that day. And I was completely blown away by the show, because there was like nothing, no pyro, no nothing. It was like lights on, no backdrop, and just Iggy doing everything while the band just playing. And he just ended the show with like, "I'm 69, motherfuckers, good night."
And then he just stood and posed for like, with no music, just posing for like 10 minutes.
That's awesome. I was like completely blown away by that show. And you thought, like, you know, the hits from like Iggy Pop and the Stooges and all that. And I think like most of them, the first 5 songs were like the #1 hits on Spotify. So, all right, what's gonna do now for the next of the 70 minutes he has left? He posted like, oh shit.
So we dodged that question nicely by talking about cool shows that we've seen.
That's how you do it. I think it was a girl in class. Like, how old? 12, I would say.
I remember my first kisses, but just these, and it was like worthless. It was just okay. So that happened, and you were mostly nervous, and I remember running away from every single one of them. And then my first teenage kiss, like with tongue and everything, I thought it was a little bit disgusting, but I wasn't really in love either.
I was 14, and I cannot really remember that much because I was really, really drunk.
Yeah, I remember I bought wine, unfinished wine, like still yeasting sort of, from a neighbor, and I got drunk off of that, and it was not a very good experience.
No.
And I was very hungover the next day. I hate cigarettes. I always hated cigarettes. I would do them for a long time because I thought I had to. And then I realized, you know what? You hate this. Stop doing it. And then I just stopped.
I tried my first cigarettes, I think it was 14 as well. Like teenage stuff. Oh, what is this? Oh, it looks cool. It's not for me. And then I was like, no nicotine whatsoever until I joined the band. And then I started the other thing we do in Sweden called snoozing. You put a little bag of nicotine underneath your lip, and I have one in right now. It was my father-in-law's nice Audi. We bought me and my wife from him, and it was perfect because every time something happened to the car, you could walk up to him like, "What the fuck is this piece of shit you just sold us?" And then he fixed it. He's super nice. He's awesome.
And gullible.
Yeah.
I bought my sister's car, or I pretty much took it over after her, and it was a Golf. I can't remember the year. I remember it was an automatic car, but it was a good car. It served me well. Never broke down, and then I got rid of it. I got rid of it when I moved to Malmö because I didn't need it anymore.
Kiss, I Was Made for Loving You.
I don't remember learning songs. I remember playing like Boogie Woogie.
I just knew stuff.
Boogie Woogie with my drum teacher who played the bass, and then I would just go do ga do do ga ga do do ga ga do ga 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 do, And I never wanted to learn anything else because I knew that beat. And he was like, "How about you play something else?" And I was like, "Nope,
Nope.
I don't know anything else."
So that's the whole Club Majesty album.
Yeah, right.
Ga-
Play a fill. Nope.